Joining me now is the CEO of Miranda Gold, Ken Cunningham. Good to be back with you.
Always good, and really appreciate the chance to get the word out.
Absolutely. So let's start with the big news of the day for Miranda Gold, and that's in regards to the Willow Creek Project. Let's talk about the significance here.
Willow Creek is, we announced a definitive deal last week, and we announced that we now have a partner to help develop the project. Gold Torrent is going to spend $10 million moving the project towards production. It's a 3-year plan, and I believe this is a game changer for Miranda. It's going to differentiate us in the junior market and differentiate us in the prospect generator market.
And Ken, last time we spoke was back in May when you had just announced a recent acquisition in Colombia. How is that purchase reflecting your company's performance so far?
It was a great purchase. It's the Orabea project. It was a project that was held at one time by Barrick, so it's a big company type of project. And just recently, again, in the last 2 weeks, we submitted that to our partner down there, our strategic alliance partner, Agnico Eagle, and they're evaluating the data right now and seeing whether they want to take it as a joint venture project. So we're hoping that they'll take it, and next year we'll have another joint venture.
Now, Ken, it's great to speak with an exploration company because exploration is one of the first places that mining companies cut costs these days. So now that companies are, I guess, getting out of the way per se, is Miranda gaining traction on the exploration side?
Yeah, I mean, exploration for a geologist is the most exciting thing.
Right.
And we're finding in Colombia, for instance, that with the juniors drying up and with the majors not spending money, we're one of the most active companies down there, and the door is open. So Willow Creek is another great example of that. Here's a project that a company defined a resource on. They spent millions of dollars. We were able to walk in and lease this property for $150,000. Get a new partner to spend $10 million on it. It all has to do with the market.
And how many ounces of gold do you think you're sitting on there?
We did a 43-101, announced that about a month ago, and it's not a huge resource right now. It's about 65,000 ounces, but the critical thing for your readership and for our shareholders is those ounces are coming in at about 3/4 of an ounce per ton, so 25 grams. And in this market, grade is everything. And so it's not a multi-million ounce project, but it's going to grow the potential. If readers go to our website and look at the presentation I just gave at the Alaska Miners Association, it's got all kinds of upside, and the upside is this a half ounce to 1.5 ounces. So that makes a difference.
Now, Ken, I recently caught up with the crew of Gold Rush. I had a great interview with them, and they were telling me, or Freddie was telling me, how there's no more easy gold. What does the CEO of a mining company have to say?
Oh, that's amazing, because I ran into the father as well as one of the other members of that show in Dawson City this summer. And I actually went over to them and told them that they really wanted to do a segment on a real gold mine, that they should come to our Willow Creek project in Alaska. And of course, that's reality TV, right, and it's a little bit off their chart. But it's an interesting show. Gold is never easy. Certainly they're placer miners, and the easy placer gold has been discovered, and you've got to move more material.
Well, we also hear the term peak discoveries, and I also spoke about that with the Gold Rush guys. But what's the current state of exploration right now with mining companies?
Adrian at the luncheon yesterday made a great statement about peak discovery and peak gold. Yes, Adrian Day. He said that, we're looking at peak production, 2014, 2015. Peak discovery goes back 20 years to 1994. And that makes total sense because of the time lag that it takes for permitting, construction, and actual production of these big multi-million ounce, sometimes multi-billion-dollar capex projects. And so we're experiencing that now, peak production, which means as we move forward, there's going to be declining production, and of course, ultimately, that's going to turn this market around.
Finally, Ken, let's talk gold prices. And this Tuesday, gold having kind of an exciting run, trading over the key 1180 level right now. I know you've always been very cautious when speaking gold prices, but how do you see the metal setup right now?
Well, I'm gonna turn the table on you a little bit. Miranda and myself, I can't predict gold price,
Right,
and I
of course.
can't influence
No one can.
gold price
No one
or the market. But what I can do is make sure that Miranda is picking up quality projects, high-grade projects, and projects that will ultimately produce a home run for our shareholders. So that's what we focus on.
That's what you focus on. So you're not looking, you're not bullish or bearish right now?
I think it's, gold could go under 1100, but I think it's going to start creeping back up slowly, and I think the future is going to be good.
And Ken, just another question for you about the Swiss gold referendum. The results are expected next week, but you have an interesting story, a tie-in. You're very close to home with the story.
I'm very close to home. I hate to mention the year, but in 1968 I was an exchange student. I lived with the Stamm family, and Lutzi Stamm is in the Swiss Parliament. I consider him a Swiss brother. He lived with my family in California the year after, and he is the person that introduced the referendum.
Wow.
So I know that he is very proud of Switzerland and its neutrality, and thinks that the Swiss government should hold gold, and I'm hoping that referendum passes, of course.
Well, Ken, thanks so much for stopping by and chatting with us. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And thanks for watching our coverage here at the Liberty Forum. You can email us any comments or questions at newsfeedback@kitco.com. Thanks for watching.